Welcome to Glorified Girl Talk, genuine conversations with Nathan by Nay. Of course, we're here to help you navigate life as the millennial woman you are, talking about faith, to sex, to dating, to politics. We'll talk about it all here, so stay tuned. Just in those moments, I just realized my mom had to kind of put on a certain facade for me.
Yeah.
Like, now she always said, we ain't rich, but we ain't poor. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, but just think the extreme version of that, you know, in slavery, like...
Yeah, I think you bring up another good point, too, as being single parents, because a lot of times, too, it's like figure out and do the best that you can with what you know, you know? And I applaud a lot of our Black single mothers because you're having to figure out, like, if you have a son, how are you raising a son? How are you introducing him to certain concepts and things? Doing the best with what you know, you know? And then sometimes on the other hand of that, remember to allow children to be children, because sometimes you see itty bitty babies crying. They're like, toughen up, don't be crying. Stop being soft. It's like,
be a big boy. Big boy be two. Come on, big boy.
That's a collar.
Big girl.
He crying the same tears.
That come from the suppressing emotions from all times ago too, because they had to be adults and children back in the day.
Yeah,
right about that.
So that's just over years and years and years of a time with being told, you know, you have to do this, you have to do that to survive.
Right.
Survival tactics. And so it just, as generations pass, it's just instilled in us. So automatically a mom will be
people
like,
think that's normal.
Man up, don't
Right.
do that. Cause it's expected of us already to be like that.
And
But we have to stop being like that.
Yeah, because it from young age you're hearing what you're feeling. We don't have time for it right now. And it's hard, and even that, like, that conversation became viral earlier this week too, around how, which it comes up often, Black children we have to grow way too fast. We're sexualized early. We are told you have to, they see our children as threats early, you know. Just because our kids beanstalks at an early age, they ain't threatening you.
Right.
It's not a problem, you know. But it's sad. It's so sad.
It is. Now I'm gonna bring up some controversial things right now.
Okay, girl.
Because we just touching it. We just gonna keep rolling. We touch and roll. Now, so what Lakeisha was saying.
So you gonna have us flagged on the YouTube, girl.
Period. we coming breaking it in, because let me tell y'all what's the saying of Nathan by Name? What are we trying to do? Trying to help
cultivating
women,
help
millennial
women.
women.
But that, look, she almost
cultivating young millennial women.
Yes.
We're helping millennial women navigate life.
That's what we doing.
I know millennial women, and I know I'm a millennial woman. I knew that, and we on this sofa.
And let me pick that apart. I just feel like Nathan by Nay. If you've met me in person, you probably already know the story. I'm not gonna go into the full story. That'll be for another episode. Anyways, leave a comment below if you want to hear some more about that. But like, comment, share, subscribe. Yeah, we need to be get on it.
Look,
Like us.
they know what to do. They YouTuber people.
Okay, cool. You're right.
Right.
You're right. Because it's like, why you gotta keep telling us? Anyways, it was born at a time in my life to where I was navigating. I was just like, what's next? Like, I mean, I was in my last semester of college, and I'm just like, okay, what do I do next? Right? And then I graduated, and then I got a job, and then it's still like, okay, what next? And then I moved. So it's just like, that's where I feel like I can help people, where we can help people, what the platform is for, to help millennial women navigate life. Because I can't, if you're not a millennial, your life might be a little different, so I can't speak to all that. That's what you got Essence magazine for and all that.
Oh no,
we need to stay in our lane.
Right.
So we stay in our lane. But okay.
That girl.
Now Lakeisha brought, something in my mind that I wanted to talk about, and I was already getting there, but she kind of helped me get there. I feel like with young men that's the thing, young boys, then you the man of the house. At 12, because your daddy left. That ain't his problem.
Is not your husband. Your son is not your husband. Your son ain't your husband.
Period. Also, with that, on the flip side,
your son ain't my responsibility as a grown man either. So raise him as your child instead of making him your husband.
Preach.
Okay. Period. Yes. Now look, that's twofold, because one, he is not your husband. He is not the man of the household. He's a child that lives there that should be under your care. But two, don't cuddle him either. Like, because if he's not the man of the household, he's mama's boy.
Yep.
Come balance. You know what I'm saying? I heard a woman say,
with the llama.
Girl.
"You can't have a man because he mad at every man that come in there, and because I've been a man in the house since I was 12." You know what I'm saying? Or it's the sense you, like you said, he not.
Girl, wait, I can't laugh right because you know I ain't got no voice. Hold on, Jesus. Wait.
We taking it there, period. Or the other flip side of it is, like you said, it's not our responsibility as grown women to be raising grown. Oh, my mama did that for me. I don't know how to do that.
I've
Oh,
heard
my mama
so
did
many,
that.
y'all,
Oh, my
so
mama.
many clients
Oh,
talk
my
about
mama.
that. Like, they can't have a relationship with their boyfriend or significant other because his obligations are elsewhere, or because he doesn't feel like there's certain responsibilities he should take in a relationship.
Oh, I can't come pick you up from work because I got to go pick up my mama and my sisters. What they mean it?
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Ooh,
saying?
child, I'm gonna
Now,
eat an egg roll after this.
not an egg roll. It's 10 o'clock.
That's my comfort food, girl.
Okay,
y'all,
all right.
y'all funny.
But look, okay. Now let's get to why it got there. This is the question I've been asking to myself. I feel like I know what my answer is, but of course everybody's gonna have their own answer. But let's just be honest, because I had to ask my mom, and I asked her as far as my grandmother and my great grandfather, my great grandmother, because they're not here to speak for themselves. But I asked my mom to speak on their behalves. Now we talk about men and all their issues.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not act like we not to blame for 75% of what we go through.
Mm-hmm.
So my question to
Lord.
y'all is, because we all have a lot of situations. I know y'all, we ain't gonna talk about personal business like that. But do you think it's a
What you flipping over? Come on.
I don't know if it's a learned behavior. I don't know if it's a coping mechanism. I don't know. Let me just present the question. Why do we choose certain men?
Mm.
And further, why do we choose to bring kids into this world with those said men? Then we want to be mad when he gone and it's a boy. Now you got to be the man
Yeah,
in
you
the household.
don't want us to
No.
have careers after this. That's what you're doing. I can see what it's going. You are
This is-
choosing.
It's a coping mechanism, and it's because we don't have certain conversations in the beginning because we're not taught to do that.
Mhm.
We're not raised to have
Y'all scoot over. My
conversations
clothes
with
spot.
we're not taught to have conversations with men in the beginning to understand things, because I'll tell you this, like, you'll get with a man and then you can pick apart every reason why he's acting the way he is, from his childhood on up to why he's responding to things the way he's doing. Same way with us. The way we were raised, you know what I'm saying? We respond to things, it is a coping mechanism, because we respond to things based solely on
Trauma.
how we were raised.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because my thing is, okay, now you know this about this man. Why did you stay?
Right.
Or why did you choose to bring a child into this world with that said person? And I'm all about giving grace. We're all human. We've all gone through those things. But this is, to me, it's like this is where it ends. And I have to even tell my own father. He's at that age where he want grandkids. He want grandkids, and I had to kind of just, and of course he wants me to be married. But if I was to get pregnant right now, he wouldn't care. He
wants
just
the
be
baby.
so happy. He wants the baby. But I had to tell him, I don't aspire to be a single mother.
Exactly.
No shade, but I don't aspire.
It's not
to
on
that.
your vision
It
board.
stops here,
Right.
And he gonna say, "Well, y'all came out." That's a whole nother story.
To you,
Please don't ignore what we went through
Mm-hmm.
to say we turned out fine. And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think people just forget it and keep this thing rolling.
It's
No.
three things.
our ancestors, everything used to be hush hush.
Mhm.
We ain't gonna talk about that. You know, stuff that happened, like traumatizing things. We're
Good
not gonna
girl.
talk about those things.
I gotta retreat
sweep
for
it
it.
under the rug, and we gonna
Oh, plug the retreat.
Yep.
I got to retreat for it because there's
Plug
plug the
the retreat
retreat. November 4th through 6th in the city of New Orleans, Louisiana, you can find Ahead Women's Retreat, where we talk about all the stuff that you need to uncover to be healed, girl. Because it's simple, but it ain't easy.
Ooh.
I like that. I like that.
But 'cause that's to
Tickets on
answer-
sale now.
They are. Focusingahead.com. Right. Okay, so to answer your question and double back to what you said, it's three things that make people end up staying in a situation: familiarity, ego, and fix it.
Yes.
Fix it, okay? Familiarity, because it could go back to your childhood familiarity of what you know. I'm familiar with this. I'm not comfortable with it. I don't like it. It's not the thing that I aspire to, but you know what? I can make this work, okay?
Because my mama made it work.
Right. Yeah. Ego, too, now kicks in because if I can't make it work, something wrong with me. Yeah, if I can't make it work, I'm less than, okay? Yeah. Ego, too, though, because he gonna love me. That's what he gonna do, all right? Because I'm worthy. I deserve it. And you right, sis. You do. But prove that point elsewhere. Yeah. Prove that point elsewhere. Yeah. And it brings us to the third thing of fix it. I gotta fix it. I gotta fix it. Gotta be me. Because then he gonna look back and he gonna be able to say, oh, I appreciate her.
She helped me down.
She saw me. She
threw it all.
Did y'all see that video when they had asked old dude if he was in the same situation? Would he have stood by her side? And he was like,
I couldn't watch it.
I didn't watch it.
I couldn't even watch it.
I just saw it
because my blood pressure and the way it's set up. I don't let things under me.
This was my thing. Everybody in the comments, all he had to do was say yes. Or that ain't right.
He was speaking his
truth. He was speaking his truth. And what I want women to realize is, girl, you shouldn't have did it either. I don't care how much love. You know what? God is the God of restoration. Okay? So go ahead and cut that off. Right? And if the Lord wants that to be your man, he will circle it back when he is free, healed, and well.
Yes.
But visitations,
null and void.
Send you money.
Oh, whatever. No. Now the biggest thing. Not don't answer the phone.
I'm at Flynn.
And the thing is too. Period. But the thing is too, it's a boundary, and I think the thing is that's somebody's story. Mm-hmm. Some people
that's a lot of people's story.
Well, no, this is what I mean by story. First of all, we're going to take it that you have to have a certain level of a relationship with God and a certain level of discernment. So guess what? Me and my situation, which is not because I had that relationship with God and he already told me it ain't it. But this is just an example. I might need to work through some things with my man, right? That's my story. But I think other women be like, well, she held her man down and then they ended up good at the end. That ain't your story, sis. You need to go talk to God and see what he got for you.
That has to be step one of every other conversation we done had. Did you talk to the Lord about it? Because the word of God says, seek, okay? Yep. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, okay? Yes. He will grant you all pieces of knowledge that you need, okay? Amen. He said, ask, seek, and knock. The Lord will not leave you in, like, hiding about anything. Yes. The thing, though, is, do you want to move on what he tells you? Because the Lord will give you an answer, and if you don't like it, you go...
You gonna do what you want to do. Mm-hmm. Trying to fix things. Right. What happened to it?
You're gonna be right back on your face.
Kind of like that post that say, I asked God for a sign and he sent me the sign and I still go back and double back.
That girl say,
so then, then you, so then when Lil John having problems and you, oh Lord, fix it. God said, I told you 15 years ago not to mess with his daddy, but you ain't listen. So I mean, but look, what you said, he's a God of restoration. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. But what
you know what else is dangerous? When we ain't gonna have no careers after that. Okay. Another thing to stop doing as parents is telling your children, oh, you just like your daddy, or you just like your mama, especially when this kid has heard you say negative things consistently about it. Because now what that has conveyed to me is, dang, that's how you feel? Or wait, I know you don't like that man, so you're going to tell me I'm just like him? You know, be careful about that too, because affirmations start at home. Sowing into your children start at home. Their knowledge and relationship with God starts at home too. Because that's another reason why we have a lot of people who don't want nothing to do with God, is because we come from families that use him as a token of however you want to win your victory in that day, rather than a true, real, just God. And so people don't want a relationship with God because I've seen the hypocrisy that happened in my own house. Or I don't want a relationship with God because you only bring him up when you want to tell me I'm wrong. God is loving, God is just, and he is also consistent. So a lot of people's introduction to him is wrong because our relationship with him is wrong. So post check all of that. Again, November 4th through 6th. Girl,
I gotta sign up for the conference.
We'll be there. We should do a little segment of this.
Yes. We was gonna talk about it, child. We could borrow the sofa and go with the. Hey, no, I know a girl. That means no. We can't know a girl though.
They got a girl that rent out stuff like this in Baton Rouge.
A sofa with the cute pillows?
Yes. It's up and coming. We didn't invest in our own though, but we'll talk about that later. Because we're gonna have to keep doing this.
I like this.
Y'all like this? Yeah. If you like this, give us a thumbs up, comment below, subscribe, and share it with a friend.
And register for the retreat.
Period. And we got websites galore and stuff. What's the time check? We good on time? Cause that's kind of good to cut off 30 minutes because that gives us 2 hours.
Definitely slap on a stay tuned on the back of that too.
You're gonna need 2 episodes. It's gonna have to break down.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, when it cut off, you should do like a stay on to.
Right, that's what we talked about anyway. So I was gonna split it up. I wanted to film for an hour so we can have enough a breadth of conversation. But when I upload it, I might either upload it in 15-minute increments or 30-minute increments to keep people like, let me go watch the other one and then do the whole thing. And it's gonna be consistent, Ivan. So I'm gonna be calling you again.
Yeah, we friends now. We are.
You heard us talk about all kinds of stuff. Now, Ivan, you want to, you a male. You want to speak to some of your thoughts about some of the stuff we said? Oh no, it's okay. Okay.
I've been seeing handshakes though. Yeah.
Period.
Even
I want to have men. I want to start having men on the show too, because it's just like film. We can't. This is another thing too. I had to realize. I think because of it's so crazy because it's just like you said, you're just like your daddy, but you've always said negative things about our fathers, and then we have the situations where I told you about the young man that don't want to express his feelings. So it's just like, now let me tell you, I'm gonna call a spade, but I just feel like everything is on a man, and then we wonder why we have so many issues with them when we always on them saying certain stuff, and we need to start taking accountability as well. And then sometimes we don't want to hear what they got to say. Now let me tell you 2 things about a man that we go wrong. 1, they don't know their power. They're just oblivious to the fact that they have it. 2, they know they have it and they abuse it. So what happens when, and I'm going to speak for myself, I encounter a certain man, it's just like, oh, okay, cool, I know you're supposed to have this power, let's act in it, and then you deceive me, and then I'll be like, so then the next man I'll be like, I can't listen to you, but you may be wanting to tell me something that I should hear, or I need to hear, or I should have some direction, but I don't want to listen because constantly, starting with my father or my grandfather or my uncles, it's just a constant of deception. So then it's just like, then we end up having babies for them, and then our boys go into that, and then we just, it's just a whole crazy, vicious cycle. So I said all that to say, we do need to have space for them, even though this is a platform primarily for women. How can we navigate life as millennial women that say we want to be in a relationship with men, whether that be better relationships with our fathers, our cousins, our brothers, or most of us want to be in romantic relationship with men, but we don't want to hear nothing they got to say. Now, we may not agree with everything they got to say, because I'm going to still have my but I still want to hold space for them to be like, because we having conversations amongst each other. We ain't trying to marry each other. And look, if you do like women, if you're a woman that likes women, that's, we're accepting. I'm not saying that, but most of us are heterosexual women. So I'm just saying that I went left, but we came back right.
I did want to speak to what you said about accountability, because that is really true. It is easy to begin to just blame. One good way to start accountability to also counter the deceitful thing that you talked about is a lot of times as women, we figure stuff out, know it, or have intuition, and then don't speak on it. We try to be Inspector Gadget, and we want to have like 50 different things to roll out to be like, bam, I got you. Yeah. But then what? So if we are more vocal on the front end about things as we're figuring it out, or going back to our initial conversation of this doesn't make me feel comfortable, or this is hurting my feelings, I want you to be aware of this, it makes a whole different trajectory versus never saying anything about it, because what's developing on the other end is, oh, I'm getting over, or I'm fooling you. And so the mindset of deceit is being fed and nurtured versus you operating in truth. And again, a relationship with God alleviates a lot of this, because God will reveal things to you. But what has to happen when he does is you have to trust him enough to speak up on what you know and see if that person meets you and respects you enough in that. And if the answer to that is no, then respect yourself enough in the relationship that you have with God. Like, reward him back in praise of him allowing you to know certain things, and separate yourself from a situation instead of continuously praying in a cycle of God deliver me, God deliver me, God deliver me, God show me, God show me, God show me. Because other than that, you're teaching a person that it is okay to continuously lie, trick, fool, manipulate. So accountability does help in correcting other issues, because lies can't live where truth lives. Darkness can't live where light is. And again, you want to know who the light? Jesus.
Period.
Okay, period.
That's so crazy.
The doors
you
of
said
the
that.
church. Oh.
But because
the
it's open the doors of the church, because I about to say I learned that at church. So February, of course, they always do the relationship series at church, and that was one of the points that stuck out to me this last go round, when he was saying, like, actually kind of stop worrying about the deceit. Strengthen, because he was just like, if you're always looking for that you're just gonna always be caught in it. And honestly, the other person, even if they are trying to get over on you, they don't, like, he said you can't start a relationship already thinking this person is gonna do this, or let me catch them in this. Like, you have to just live in your truth. Like you said, have that relationship with God. It's either gonna be or it's not. And I was like, wow. Like, I feel like as women, we do that a lot. Like, I knew. I just knew. And it just be like,
just who I thought you was, Tyrone.
And it be like, Tyrone be like, first of all, because then too,
I had introduced myself. I'm Tyrone. I'm a dog. You know?
that part. And then two, it might have not even been deceit. We just looking for the deceit.
Yeah.
So the fact that he did something we didn't like, it's I just knew it. And I always tell younger millennials,
Be ye transformed.
By the renewing of your mind.
Come on. You see how we know the word. You better know Jesus. We know that book. Good, guys. I'm so proud.
Look, he said we know that book, but I lost my train of thought. But it just made me self-evaluate. Like, I am one of those persons be like, But this is what I was going to tell them, because we helping millennial women navigate life. Right. So I speak to a lot of younger girls that are still millennials, but just younger than me. And I always tell them, child, I had to pause because it's like me giving man advice, but it be valid. You can ask them. Let time tell.
Yeah.
Like, let time tell you how a man is going to show you certain things. When you be so quick to either love him or hate him, let time tell, because then it be like, oh man, he didn't really mean it like that. Or you can give grace, and it can be like, it still might have been maybe a wrongdoing, but it could have been a learning opportunity for you and him, because it's like, why do we think relationship, because our relationship with God not like this? It's not just...
Yes, I was just about to say, every mistake is
why
not
do we think it's
dismissal.
not going to be just nothing? Like, nah, he going to get on your nerves. He going to do something wrong. But guess what? You are too.
Yeah.
Anyways, child, we're going to wrap this little thing up on a funny note. I wonder if y'all don't have to, because we can edit it out if it don't work. But we're talking about the men's. Let me just know, to end this thing out, your last date and how it went. Okay, all right. Well, we're gonna edit that part out, Ivan. What else?
Honesty. Come on.
Well, we don't have anything to speak to. We ain't been on
no, that's the honesty. Because they may be like, y'all must be on dates galore. Maybe I don't know. No.
Where are the nice young men?
Okay. So let's have a vulnerable moment. I was just speaking to a friend yesterday. It's just like, I don't expect the man to be just that, but I'm like, I at least want to go on a date. Like, okay, tell in the comments, men's, tell us if we like a date. That's just it. Like, and I saw a post, Justin LeBoy. Oh my gosh, I love that page. But it was just like
crazy.
But it's just like, I saw a post that was just like, basically like a man taking you to dinner. He feel like it's tricking.
What?
Like, he like,
because I'm hungry and I want to eat.
But
it's
so
culture. It's
I think,
culture, society, what it has become.
So it's just like, but that's not our culture. I don't want it to be.
No, right? I agree.
I'm going on a date.
Music. It's what's out there. It's the influence.
Child.
It's
I
what's
don't
being.
think people are being influenced that dating is a process.
Yes.
It's not just, hey, let me text you, good morning, kissy face, heart. All right, I did my due diligence for the day. Yeah. Then on Friday, I
What's
just got
up?
off work. You want to have something to eat?
Yeah.
Then I didn't went grab something to eat. Oh, you want something too? Okay, let me get you something, and that's the date.
Yeah.
Nobody
and
wants
process with a purpose too, because what we doing, like it has to have purpose. Like, even if the purpose is just to get to know you, to see if we are people that vibe, that want to take something to the next level. But I'm not about to be your little weekend entertainment just for whenever it's hitting for you. Like, and that may be the answer to why we have not been on frequent dates, because we are
women of substance.
Standard, substance, and with purpose of knowing what you want to achieve. Also, you and I were talking about this recently. Black women aren't taught that dating is a thing. Like, you know, we are taught to get in a relationship, secure a man. And that's it. And that goes back to the other question of why do you stick sometimes? Because we're not taught to date. Dating is supposed to be an opportunity to court, see compatibility. And when you realize it's not what you want, cut it off.
And the thing is, it's okay to. I think because we muddle in sex and disrespect, we think when it doesn't work with somebody, we just got to be up in arms. But it's just like, no, that was what we were supposed to see.
Right.
Like, and you move on. And you're supposed to be able to, when you see that person, hey, how you doing? You been good? How your mom and them? Oh, okay. And keep it kicking.
And
but
that may be how the idea of tricking attached too, because after you don't realize this is not a person you vibe with, you still trying to see when y'all going to eat steak and lobster again. And it's, no, girl, that's over. Like, leave that man alone. Let him find somebody else. You go find somebody else. So that may be how that idea is getting formed too, because you only call me when you want to eat. And she may be on the phone. Right? And it's like, that's not what this is supposed to be.
We're holding women accountable too. See?
Not
but it goes back to that ego thing. I was talking to my friends months ago about this, about how, like, it's like, I just want you. Even though, like you said, even though I know I don't want him and he don't want me, but you don't want him to be happy with somebody. This is the point I was trying to make. Why when we break up with a boyfriend or girlfriend, or it's unfortunately a baby mama, baby daddy situation, and you see them out with somebody else, why better not ever see him out with nobody? Why?
Right.
You should want them.
Why?
To
You why? It's over. It's done. Move on. Cut. Like, it's just.
I want you to have the best, and I want to have the best. So,
like, if you think highly of yourself, or if you really cared about that person, like, why is it like they can't ever be? And I think it was the fact too, like I said, more of a baby mama, baby daddy situation where y'all can't go and sit and eat at the child's birthday dinner together and just all, he have his other significant other, you have your other significant other, and y'all can actually have a good time together, even go beyond being cordial. They ain't gotta be best buddies. But it's just
that
like,
requires healing though, Janae. And a lot of people don't hit that part because sometimes breakups aren't mutual. Like, it wasn't a decided decision. And you go back to the ego. Oh, you gonna love me, you know. And, you know, I don't want you here with your significant other because I ain't got a significant other yet because you gonna love me. And it's like, girl.
It's a lot of unresolved issues there.
That happened even before he came into your life. But I think we take something, everybody wants a scapegoat. Everybody wants a scapegoat for whatever ain't going right in their life. It's always somebody else's problem. So you depressed, you can't find a job, you can't lose weight, your hair falling out because he left you 13 years ago. The baby 14, baby. Come on now. Let's get up. You know what I'm saying? And then you carry that. And then you carry that in your belly when you have the baby. Then you birth that child out of that. Then you raise their child in that. Have y'all watched Half and Half? I had to watch it back. I had to watch it back on Netflix. And so if you don't know, Half and Half is about
I remember that show.
Half sisters. They have the same father. They're trying to kind of navigate life as adult sisters. And Mona's mom.
This is reality?
No, this is TV.
Okay.
This is regular TV. Okay. Great show. You should go check it out. Giving these people these free promo. But anyways. Mona's mom had this narrative all of her life. That she told Mona that your daddy cheated on me with Dee Dee mama. So she grew up not liking her own sister, not liking her stepmom because of the narrative that her mom had told her all her life for 20-some years that your daddy cheated on me and left me for him. Her sister said, that's not true. Come to figure out, she said my nagging drove, like when she had to break it down and be honest, my nagging drove your father away. We were separated and he found his new wife. So this shaped her whole life of her father. Where her dad was, he could have done better reaching out to be more of a father to her. But think about you trying, but my mama didn't told me this in my mind all these years. So you ain't love my mom. And so she finally just had to, and it was just like, wow. So for 20-something years, she was robbed of a certain relationship with her father and her sister and her stepmom because of the narrative that her mom had always told. And it's like you said, that's not reality, but it's reality for a lot of people.
Speak to narratives and how people tell themselves stuff, child.
What you mean?
Because I saw you post about that one time, about how we tell ourselves things that ain't true. No.
Wrong person.
Edit that out then, Ivan, because that ain't it then. But yeah, narratives. Like we write these stories and it becomes our truth, and it's not the truth, you know. And that's another thing right now in society and culture. Everybody want to talk about, oh, this is my truth, this is my truth, my truth, my truth. When something get too personalized, that mean it ain't the general thing no more. That ain't everybody's truth. You know, that's not the truth. And that's a real thing, because that goes back to what we talked about broken families and how do you speak into your children at a young age and what are you telling them? Because it becomes reality. The racial, that would be us going into something else too deep again. The whole reason why we have racial divide in the country now is though the whole narrative is like they're trying to vote and make law right now that in Louisiana it is illegal to teach slavery and discrimination.
Yeah.
How you gonna just not let that be a part of conversation no more?
Yep, they passed that law like a couple weeks ago, didn't they?
They passed it.
Yeah, I saw it. I just saw something about that literally
I'm
like
moving.
last week.
Baby, look, it ain't.
I'm about to be in
Canada.
I'll go.
Canada.
It's a little consistently cold up there. I don't know about that. I'm Louisiana.
I'm thinking Canada.
Jamaica was a good vibe. I could live in Jamaica.
You sure about that?
I don't know. You
Exactly.
right. Because I
Yeah,
was
that's
on a
what-
resort. I was on a resort. You're right.
You sure about that?
We could go to Puerto Rico.
Amsterdam.
That's a place I know.
Oh, Amsterdam. I heard
The
it's very free over
rainforest.
there.
New Zealand got free health insurance.
What?
Everywhere but America.
Adults,
Where is it
you know,
else that
when
gets
you
free college?
chase.
Somewhere else.
The UK, you think?
I ain't going there.
They get free.
I said this. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much. This was the first show, but I think you know how y'all liking it.
They gonna hate us.
I think it went.
No,
It
they ain't
went
gonna
well.
hate us. They gonna love us because we real.
Yeah.
Two things to take away. One, check in with God.
Mhm.
Two, check yourself.
Oh.
And 3, register for the conference.
November 4th.
Through the
6th.
6th. Yes. All inclusive. Okay. Hotel, food.
We'll have that in the description bar below.
Yes.
But so yeah, I just want to thank you, ladies. This won't be it's the first, but it won't be the last. We're gonna keep this rolling. If y'all keep rolling with us, I want to thank Kiki with Dollhouse Junkie for letting us use her beautiful space. I want to thank our videographer Ivan, and then our, y'all probably heard our in-house audience, Lakeisha on the ones and twos. She's over there working.
Yes.
Working
With my
and
favorite
getting
palette in hand.
this genuine combo. So once again, this is Glorified Girl Talk, genuine conversations with Nason by Nay. And we out.
Bye, guys.
Bye.